Greetings and welcome in to this information dissemination broadcast from the Aumbonda New Earth Ashram, where today I will present a model of sacred accountability, discipline, and high performance leadership for the future. And modern society suffers from a deficit of accountability and discipline. Institutions, from families to corporations to government, struggle to instill responsibility, resilience, and rectitude. The Aumbonda New Earth Ashram proposes a transformative model, a community structured like a leadership academy, informed by many such systems in the past, the Spartan Agōgē system, as a rough sort of inspiration, not necessarily an exact blueprint for operations, but that type of attention to discipline, where accountability is transparent. Discipline is embraced as a way of life, and excellence is cultivated as the price of success. Now, I'm sort of envisioning still the framework and the implementation strategy for building a unique entity, institution, organization, nonprofit, but an ashram, because it will, although I'm using sort of secular concepts, because ultimately I will have to take this to suit and ties, I believe, deal with governments and business people, but it is an ashram with that type of spirit, flavor, but an ashram designed not for retreat from the world, but for the rigorous preparation of disciplined leaders who will excel in every arena: business, governance, community service, personal mastery, spiritual service, all types of areas of life where you need to get stuff done. If it's even within yourself, within your own structure, domain. But the problem, as I see it, is that we exist in a culture of drift, of entitlement, of people whose civil rights are being infringed upon if they are unable to live their lifestyle, which typically is just a lifestyle of comfort and convenience, with rigor and resilience being frowned upon, with lack of accountability, erosion of trust in workplaces, communities, and civic life. The absence of accountability undermines collaboration and leadership. You see it all through social media. People just, every aspect of life and everywhere in life, whether it's in homeless encampments or street business, but there is no collaboration, there is no accountability. And I am offering this as a solution, which is the ashram model of accountability. The Aumbonda New Earth Ashram operates on the principle that accountability is sacred and discipline is developmental. It offers a structured environment where individuals live under constant oversight, not as a coercion, but as training. Embrace visible accountability systems, metrics, peer reviews, and leadership evaluations. Submit to transparent discipline protocols. Correction is swift, fair, and restorative. You advance only through mastery. Progression is merit-based, not time-based. And this is not a monastic withdrawal. It is a high-performance training ground designed to build resilient leaders for a world in crisis. And I'm sharing here a image, a figure of concentric circles that roughly, as I envision it, will be a model for influx, for a vector of input, so to speak, for raw material. And in this case, the raw material is people coming from the outside world. And the first circle is the membrane of evaluation. I'm not sure all the particulars and details, but this is meant to preserve these incoming individuals from the inner core. This is a process of discernment, of evaluation, and then but the model will be set up in this manner, in a circular ashram type environment, and it will progressively, as individuals progressively master this process, they mingle. But until then, the sheep and the goats are kept apart. And that's a metaphor, but essentially there is a type of reward or merit-based, and as you kind of progress from this outer circle to the inner core, and eventually going back out, because we want to be able to take these gifts, and this is a model for service to others, but as you make it to the inner core, and then you must go back out and prove your mastery and impact upon those in the outer orders, that you are an example, that you are able to handle chaos and be a steady frequency that impacts, that demonstrates the higher frequency mastering the lower frequency and dealing with more chaos, and till you get out here to this outer order where you're kind of dealing with the outer world. But this is a very practical, I do believe, very practical model, meant to essentially meant to be able to operate and impact in a positive way our world. And essentially, this is in the formative stage, and I'm kind of still gaming this, still theorizing, but graduation by mastery, advancement is earned by sustained demonstration of accountability, not by time served, high standards, high trust. So, but this is a, sort of a working process, and I'm merely sharing this information as a quantum testament, if you will, meaning that, I believe that as I vocalize and make the effort to share this, then it takes on a certain reality. It's the beginnings of that reality. And see, I don't have pressure from YouTube about, I'm worried about monetization or making a living off this in particular, because this YouTube is just a sort of a way for me to document thoughts and ideas, and if people take something from it, then so be it. But I'm not under that pressure, and I can tell you that oftentimes trying to monetize your spiritual progress path, which this has been such for me, I see the stress that people are under when they, and then as they, literally I saw Ismail Perez last 2 times I tuned in to his broadcast. He just looks kind of stressed. And anybody on YouTube that I've seen that tries to monetize their content, they invariably are making posts or something about, they're always mentioning money, talking to their family, to their supporters, and I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that. But literally I saw Ismail Perez, just obviously frustrated, but he was answering a question. Some lady, I guess, had asked, hey, can me and my husband take your class? But he had to pointedly make it known to her that yes, as long as you each pay $100, because this is how he eats. This what he does and what he offers is his sole means of monetary success. Which I've seen him also talk about how the monetary system of the New Earth is the quantum monetary system is based upon compassion. And it doesn't seem like he was being very compassionate with his speech on, you know, how he runs his courses and how a husband and wife must each pay $100. So anyway, my point is, you know, we have to kind of look at these things and from a realistic point of view. And fortunately for myself, you know, I've seen, you know, the blueprint to monetize things, but you know, to me, it's just another added dimension of stress when I'm, you know, I'm doing what I am to focus upon my own path. And speaking of that, we are in a time of grace, and I do believe that all the shadow work that we've done, we've created space for the new gifts to come in, and the gift of the Spirit I hope to share with the world in the form of the Aumbonda New Earth Ashram. Namaste, namaskaram.